A new year means new makeup trends, but actually the 2025 makeup trends, they're not so new. Hello, my gorgeous ones. Welcome to Aleisha Budget Beauty. My name is Aleisha. Here on my channel, I love all things affordable fashion, beauty, and fragrance. I do hauls, tutorials, reviews, trend forecast videos for all sorts of things like makeup, all kinds of fun stuff. So if that sounds good to you, please subscribe, stick around, be a friend. Okay, guys, yes, it is already time to be thinking about what are the makeup trends going to be in 2025. I've done these type of videos before, and the running theme is always, haven't we been doing that? Now, I will say, maybe the mass majority, like your young, 20s, teens, also TikTok trends that you see, maybe they haven't been doing these, but a lot of us makeup people, this is what we've been doing. So we're ahead of the trend. So let's go ahead and get into these. I actually have 17. That's just how many I chose to do. There's no reason behind that number. I'm gonna scoot to the side so I can pop in an example of these 17 trends. Okay, for the first one, we have modern retro eyes. Basically, what that just means is some retro eyeliner, cat eye, but today. There's really nothing different. When they say modern, there's not much that they're doing any different than back in the day. They just mean, hey, let's go take the 60s, 70s sort of mod, the graphic liner, elongated eye, and put it in today. I love this. I think this is something that we could all do very easily. If you just get a black liner and just, do an exaggerated wing with it. You don't have to do too much if you don't want to. You can incorporate a colored liner if you want, or even go with brown. If even black liner is too stark and too bold for you, try a little wing with some brown, elongated a little bit, and you're gonna be right on trend. The next one is nothing new. It's fresh faces. This has been a trend for several years now. The sort of glowy skin, the real rejuvenated, fresh look. This has been on trend for quite a while. I know that they're saying, contouring and stuff is out. You guys, I always remind you with these trends, do what makes you happy. Do what makes you feel beautiful. Do what is best for your skin, your face shape. I like a little contour. I don't do heavy base makeup. I try to keep it as natural as possible, but you're gonna see a blush on me. You're gonna see some contour. I contour my nose, so I'm gonna still do that, but I do like a fresh sort of glow to my face. So that is how I participate in this trend. Next up, we have pops of shimmer. So us, girlies who have been into the shimmers, into the sparkles, the indie brands, shimmer eyeshadows. This is nothing new for us. We've been on trend. We will continue to be on trend, or we were ahead of the trend. But the pops of shimmer, actually, that I saw them give examples of too, had it in unusual places, like right here. Now, I have a little bit of a line right here that drives me bonkers. So I don't really want to put shimmer right here to emphasize that crease. So I don't think I'll be putting a block of shimmer right in between my eyes, but even today I put a little bit under here, which I think is really fun. Instead of just doing a matte, I put a little shimmer just under the lash line, like not really on my under eyes. It would emphasize creasing, but just right here to add a little shimmer pop. Of course, you could add it to your cheeks, your eyelids, anywhere that you really want, that you feel comfortable, but pops of shimmer is in. Next up, we have rainbow lashes. Now, maybe this is something I didn't foresee because, we've had such a clean girl makeup and all that had been the trend. Really clean girl makeup is kind of out, except I think just for like your base makeup, but rainbow lashes, if you want to wear colored lashes, you will be right on trend. Now, do you have to wear the actual rainbow on your eyes or neon? No, you could opt for something like a deep blue, a deep burgundy, something like that. You can do false lashes, or you could do colored mascara. You don't have to do the super bold, the ostentatious if you don't want to. But hey, if you want to rock some neon green lashes, it's okay. You're on trend. Next up, we have Bitten Lip. I was like, what does that even mean? I think what I gather they're saying is they mean kind of like a barely there lip, like you just bit into something juicy, you know, like a raspberry, I guess like a really pigmented strawberry. I'm trying to think of what else would stain your lips. A blackberry, and it's just kind of a splash of color on your lips. Seems a little bit difficult to achieve, but it's gonna tie into another one that's coming up even with like a blurred lip. So think like Popsicle. You just ate a popsicle and it's just a little blur of tint on the lip. The next one I love, and I feel like I'm kind of representing that right now, Party Girl Grunge. Party Girl Grunge could be my personality. I love a little sparkle, I love a little drama, but I love a little grunge too. So that's kind of all of my favorite things in one. So grunge out the eyes. I mean, I've got some kind of black, murky gray going on, kind of smudged out. I've got some shimmer on the eyelids, some sparkle. I think that is going to be my personality in 2025. It kind of already is my personality, but I love this trend. I love the dark eye. I love a little sparkle. Next up, we have 80s Inspo, and I'm all about this too, because as much as I do love my kind of dark glam grunge and my smoky eye, I love to go with a little pop of color. So don't be afraid. Like, these are some pretty dramatic and bold looks that we're talking about for 2025. So you can have fun with color. You can put a pop of purple on the cheeks. They showed an example of, I think it was a Danessa Myricks blush. Or maybe it was All About Face. It was a purple blush. You can do a bright pink blush like I have going on right now, or you can do the color on the eyes, the lips, you can do hot pink, just 80s, you guys, 80s. Okay, next up we have Eyeliner Revival. Kind of could go along too with that whole retro modern look. So, you know, get out your eyeliner, have fun with it. It's not necessarily talking about graphic liner, because that was a trend last year, the year before. You can still do graphic liner. I think that that would still count in this category, but they're talking more like bust it out, use a wing. And actually I didn't today. I've been doing that for the last several years. And then here lately, I've kind of liked doing a more dramatic eyeshadow and kind of like smoking it out and buffing it out instead of doing a wing. But I do love a wing. Bust out those liners. Dark Cherry Lips. I did that on purpose for the video because I love that lip. I thought it would be fun with the look. And so they mean kind of that cherry cola. I did a combo. The lipstick that I used at first is called Bad Conduct, is the shade name CoverGirl Spectrum Bad Conduct. It's a really pretty deep, dark, grungy plum. And I realized it didn't have enough red to it. So then I went in with a kind of rusty red gloss on top to create this look. So you don't even have to go out and get a new lipstick or lip gloss. You can do several combos to achieve the dark cherry lip. If you've got a dark purple, if you've got a dark reddish brown or a red brown and put it with a red, you're gonna get those dark cherry lips. I love this trend. I think it's really fun. Next, we have multi-dimensional eyeshadow. So any, again, of my indie girls, my makeup girls that love some multi-chromes, love some holochromes, duochromes, sparkly multi-dimension shimmers, hey, this is our time. This is our time. So what I'm wearing right now even counts as the holochrome on the eyes right now. Just bust out anything sparkly, anything multi-dimensional that when you turn, it's gonna shift colors or shift sparkles. It's your time to shine, sparkle, be multi-dimensional. All right, next trend is going to be satin skin. So we are talking a satin finish to the skin instead of something really dewy or really matte. The e.l.f. satin foundation is one that they had as an example. I do like that foundation. I think satin skin is really pretty. It kind of has this sort of flat, really pretty like sheen to it without it being shiny. I think it's good for all skin types too. Maybe if you're super dry, you still have to hydrate underneath, really moisturizing. I know I do, but I like a satin finish, so I'm good with that one. Now, this next one we have up, subtle under eyes. I don't don't know how I quite feel about it. What they meant by that is not heavily concealing under the eyes. Now, I do think that there is something to be said for not over concealing to the point where it gets cakey. That's a lot of times whenever you have the buildup and the creasing, but they were kind of saying like a translucent sort of look, like let the darkness peek through. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I want the darkness to be concealed, but I also don't want to look heavy under there. And I really like the Laura Geller concealer. I just recently got that one in and tested it out. That one is really good at being slightly sheer, but still concealing pretty well. It's also a little bit brightening. So if you're looking for one, I'd recommend that one, but I'm still all about like just like a little light powdering under there to set it and concealing the darkness personally. All right, this next one I'm kind of all about personally, but it is skinny brows. I know some people hate the skinny brow thing. I did mine slightly skinnier than I have lately, specifically because I was doing this video and it's one of the trends. So I don't like necessarily pencil thin. I like a little bit of volume to them. I have slightly thicker brows than this naturally, but my brow hairs are really light. They're really sparse. So I can kind of manipulate them to look a little bit fuller or a little bit thinner than they actually are. But if you have naturally thicker, darker brows, those are beautiful too. Go with that. You don't have to over pluck. I would not recommend over plucking, but if you can get away with kind of manipulating like I can, try a little bit thinner. I personally really like it. Sometimes I think that it kind of opens up the eye, lets your eye look stand out a little bit more when I do them thinner. So I'm all about it. I know like Kate Moss era, some people may be gasping. I never liked the soap, really bushy, big brows. One, because I don't have enough brows to do that. And two, it just didn't look good on me. This is another case. I think brows are one of the most personal things on a person, and it can determine how your whole like face shape looks and everything, or your face shape actually should determine a lot of times your eyebrow look. So do what is most flattering for you. Next, love this too, we have Quiet Grunge. So by Quiet Grunge, I was like, what does that even mean? You know, I guess I just mean don't go full on grunge with like the grunge lip, the grunge eye, the grunge clothes, the grunge everything. They just kind of mean like pick one thing. Like with the eye specifically, they were saying don't be so precise, which I did that today. I used a really big fluffy brush that's not even meant to use for eyeshadow. It's that oversized. And that's what I use to kind of smoke out the eye. They don't have to be the same on each eye. It's supposed to kind of look like you don't care, but you do care, but you want to look like you don't care. That sort of a grunge look, and I'm all for it. Next up, we have metallic accents. Something else that I love. I love silver or gold eyeshadow. So pop on those sparkles or shimmers of any type of metallics. You can do the bronze, the pewter. You could also do the lips. I know metallic lips are having a comeback as well, which I think is really fun personally. And that route, you could go metallic red. Just as long as you're doing metallics, you're gonna be on trend. And the very last one that we have is, I believe this is the last one. Let me see. No, next to last, is a new take on blush. This was a little bit confusing. I couldn't really gather what they meant. When I read the article, they were saying you don't have to necessarily use it in a perfect place, that you could go, you know, all out with different colors, which I've been recommending to people to use yellows. Like use a mustardy yellow as a blush. It's so fun. But if you haven't dabbled into purple, go purple. Just have fun with your colors. And they were saying like, put it where it makes the most sense for you. Instead of like, hey, you should be doing it this way. They're saying it's kind of no rules with the blush. Just do what's best for you and have fun with the colors. And the very last one is Undefined Lips. So back whenever I was talking about the bitten lip, The Undefined Lips really just means we don't have to use the liners. It doesn't have to be precise. They really emphasize those sort of popsicle sort of lipsticks, the sort of lip stains that looks like you just kissed and it's just kind of blurred. I like that look. I like both, honestly. Like, I'm still gonna use a lip liner sometimes. I like a pronounced little bow, but they were set Cupid's bow, but they were saying, you know, even kind of smudge above that, just have these undefined lips. It'd be fun to try, but do what works best for you always. But that is it, you guys. Those are 17 makeup trends that we are going to see in 2025. You guys let me know which ones you're most excited about. Anytime I see grunge, I'm excited. The grunge party girl, that's me. I thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, have fun shopping, budget shopping. Bye.